please like and subscribe.
Hi, I'm Jo, and this is Jo's Medicine Tarot. Here you will find shamanic tarot readings. Please know this is a general shamanic check-in, not a one-to-one check-in, okay? So you're not going to resonate with everything. Also, please know I could be picking up on someone else's energy, whose energy is in your energy, okay? So if you recognize someone else's energy, put the energies where they belong. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back. I'd also like to take this time to thank the medicine keepers. These are the paid members of this channel. All right, let us begin. Creator, please bless this reading. Please bless the collective. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance of the Most High. There's been a lot of spiritual warfare, and I can feel it going on as dimensions of reality fight for their survival in these times. You always know when there's a flickering faith, a fading faith, when you get fanaticism. It's like the last flare up before you let go. Before it is possible to let go. Let me say it that way, because some people don't make it out of fanaticism. I don't know why that's coming into the reading, but it is. All right, everyone. Let's start the reading. What are the messages, Creator? What are the messages? Who is coming to this reading and what do they need to hear? Who is coming to this reading and what do they need to hear? Who is coming to this reading? What do they need to know? What is the guidance? Authenticity. Very nice. Very nice. That's a nice start. Authenticity. Freedom. Freedom. Very nice. Authenticity, freedom, awareness. So you are somebody that has found aligned with your authenticity. You know, I feel like it was always there within you, but for those of us that are lucky, you know, when you honor yourself, you honor everyone. And some of us are in groups where it's dangerous to honor yourself. Therefore, you know, when you're a child, outruled by a bunch of, you know, hard-headed siblings and adults, and it's dangerous to honor yourself. You can't really honor everybody else because everyone else is sort of dug into the traditional mindset, dug into the group mind. Everyone else is terrified of thinking for themselves too. Basically, it's dangerous. Don't do it. You better agree with the group, you know. Oh, look at that. Look what shows up, sibling. You know, and I'm feeling like the work you have done, you have aligned with your authenticity that has given you a sense of freedom and strengthened your awareness. I feel like you've always been aware, watching people, watching the dynamics of your family between siblings, parents and siblings, mother and father, whatever, but watching the dynamics just between the people and the relationships around you. Mysterious. You are seen as mysterious. You either are a sibling or you are dealing with a sibling, or maybe you're watching someone who is a sibling. Maybe they are in no relation to you. Maybe you're watching somebody going through something with their own sibling. Oh, banish. Oh, what is this? See what I'm saying? Warfare and father. Yeah, okay, there is I just heard familial warfare. So some sort of, okay, that even breaks down into tribal warfare. Your freedom threatens people. Obsession. Yeah, obsession. This is what's on the bottom of the deck. Your freedom, your authenticity, your awareness. Either you're being watched by a sibling. I'm feeling like you're being watched by a sibling, maybe even by a father, maybe by both. But somebody is obsessed with your authenticity, your freedom, your awareness. Maybe these aren't a sibling and father. Maybe it's somebody who feels like a sibling, somebody you've known for a long time, or you love dearly like you would love a sibling. And maybe somebody else has the authority like a father. Maybe it is a father. Maybe it's someone else's father who's watching you. But some sort of a father figure, I feel, is watching you, and a sibling, or they're both involved some way, but someone, and I don't feel this obsession is yours. I feel like it is someone else's. Somebody is obsessed with you because of your level of authenticity. And with, with authenticity comes authority, comes dominion. Okay? So I feel like, it feels to me, the energy that is coming through the reading here is that there's people around you that is not happy with your authenticity. They are obsessed with who you are becoming. I feel like who you've always been. With who you've always been. But I feel like the psychic soil that this sibling and father are in was not beneficial to you. Okay, yes. All right. First card out, 8 of Wands in reverse. I feel like your authenticity is very eloquent. You were very eloquent. People don't trust it because they see you as a single being. They're not in tune to the power of the truth. They're not tuned in to, and these are, these are people that are, not all of them, but some of these people are very connected to religion. You know what boggles my mind is when people that are fundamentally religious, and they quote things like, I am the way, the light, and the truth. But these people can't tell the truth about themselves. How is it that you can hold cosmic truth, but you can't hold truth about yourself? How is that possible? You know what? It's not. I feel like if you can't tell the truth about yourself, we when we can't tell the truths about ourselves, we will be given illusion, and the illusion will sustain us until we can. Oh my gosh. Okay. These all 1, 2, 3. Are these the rest of the cards? Oh my gosh, the whole deck was chosen for you guys, okay? All these cards fell out face up. Some of them were upside down and some were right side up, but they all fell out of the deck onto the floor face up. Okay, here we go. So your authenticity is very eloquent. It's not trustworthy to some of the people around you because it threatens their sense of reality. You're tapping into a dimension of yourself, authenticity. But whoever you are dealing with is somebody who is tapped in, plugged into the group mind. They cannot think for themselves. It is dangerous to think for themselves. You know, as Carl Jung said, there is nothing lower than the group mind. Okay? Dragon's breath out. It's still burning here away. And therefore your freedom came with a tower. Some sort of a tower. Interesting. This is not physical freedom. This may be also physical freedom, but this isn't only physical freedom. This is a kind of freedom that is releasing you from the irons of your mind. Part of your mind was in irons chained to beliefs of the group, chains to the beliefs of your ancestry, chains to the beliefs of society or political norms or something, but there's some sort of tie to the group. It'll be different for all of you, for each of you. So this freedom came with a tower, some sort of destruction. Something had to fall. The freedom also came with the tower was a new ambition, and the new ambition is like a new tree emerging up out of the soil. Its roots are already very deep into the earth, becoming established in the earth, in the underworld. Some sort of your freedom unlocked. It came with a new sense of ambition. It came with a new sense of a tower of some kind of new ambition, new sense of your willingness and your will to fight for your dreams, your courage. Some sort of ruin. It could be a ruin of the old belief systems, and with those old belief systems, people will fall away. People who are not ready or have not experienced the necessary revolution of mind to rise up out of the ruin of old beliefs. They will go down with those beliefs. They will eventually rise up, maybe, hopefully. You know, some people do, some people don't. Some people will lose themselves in addiction in trying to cope with their loss of a foundation. And not really knowing how to create a new one. The addiction becomes the new foundation. Very unstable. And what does the Bible say about a double-minded person? A double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. Okay, so here we go. So with this tower, and it came with a sense of destruction of old beliefs, destruction of, ruin and change, like the breakdown of beliefs. which, you know, strengthened your awareness, made your awareness even more clear. And I'm feeling you've come through a series of these are like almost like inner revolutions and outer revolutions, whatever you're going through in your life at the time that was enhancing this, furthering this, complementing this, helping it grow through opposition, through challenge, through change. You know, challenge and change and opposition are not there to destroy you, they're there to strengthen you. I know in the moment it doesn't feel like that, especially, you know, not every challenge and opposition is totally different. You know, and it can feel very, very hard. It can feel very personal. It can feel very uncomfortable. Rise up in us a lot of history, a lot of rage, a lot of anger, a lot of pain and sadness and grief. You know, don't fight that. Just let it, this, whatever comes up in you is psychic runoff. It's karmic runoff. Just let it run off. Don't hang on to it. Let it run off. Let it go. Let it go. It's coming up in you as a gift, so you can let it go. So you can acknowledge that this is psychic runoff. This is karmic runoff. It's coming out to be released, not to be stuffed back down and hung on to. Okay? And you don't have to do this in front of a group of people, you know. Grieve when you're in the bathroom, when you're in the shower, when you're doing laundry by yourself, when you're driving even. Maybe, I don't know, that's a good place. I've driven with my eyes full of tears and not even really being able to see, you know, when we're so upset. You know, but maybe park the car and then do your grief, you know. Just be somewhere where you're private and safe. Or if you need somebody that can witness and hold space for you while you're in this experience too, as a gift. So, and this awareness is of the Nine of Swords. A sense of there was some sort of, you're aware of the cruelty of humanity. The cruelty, the spirit of cruelty within people that will come out when someone is threatened. When someone's reality is threatened, they don't become scared, they become dangerous. They become dangerous and destructive. So your freedom and awareness does not come with does not come without its own weight. You know, as Einstein said, as we increaseth in knowledge, we also increaseth in sorrow. Okay, so it's like your knowledge has increased because you're aware now that there are people alive on the planet that are evil because they are so out of aligned with themselves. And it's one thing to hold space for these people. It's another thing to foolishly become put in harm's way. There are some people that you cannot save. It's not, you know, that's the fallacy of the crucifixion. That's the fallacy of the crucifixion. Christ saves if you do the work. Okay, if you do the work. And Christ is really your true self. Your true self will save you, but you have to do the work to connect to it. So here we are, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, some sort of, you're aware of a cruelty of people who can be very dangerous, who have a lack of conscience and a lack of empathy. People who are so burdened and so deep in their oh, so deep. Oh, geez. They're so deep in their misery that they miscarriage a new birth. They miscarriage, and I'm hoping this is not a real miscarriage. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But I don't feel that's what this is. I feel like this is more a spiritual miscarriage. Some sort of death of a possible new beginning of some kind. And instead of it flourishing, it miscarried because of someone's cruelty, because of their own cruelty and fear of their own power, fear of their own sovereignty and authenticity. I feel like they see you as a sibling. They see you as an ace of wands. They see you as somebody of great force, great strength, vigor, energy, like life is flowing to you. I feel, okay. Yeah, all right. There is a mysteriousness to you that this person does not understand. They are stuck in their own insecurity. They are stuck in their own fear, their own self-loathing, their own lack of confidence, like absolute lack of confidence. And that's what I feel like. There is a mysteriousness to you that somebody else does not understand, and they are terrified of it. They are terrified. It's like you and them are standing over an impassable gulf. And yeah, they're trying to destroy a community. They are trying to destroy a community. And there is some sort of a father figure in their life who is helping them, who is dominating them. This person is bound, the irons of their mind is bound by the tribal mind. And they cannot see past the tribal mind. They have not yet developed their own sense of mind. They have not yet developed their own sense of mind. They are obsessed with you. They are a little intimidated of you. Jealous. Very, very jealous. Oh my gosh. Banishing through horrific kind of gossip. Wanting to isolate you. And this person is controlled by a father, their father, or somebody, or maybe lacks their father, but there's some sort of a father figure that is involved here. Oh yes, what's on the bottom of the deck for the shamanic deck is the lovers. Interesting. So you have released within you the balance of masculine and feminine energies within you. You're being tested. You have been, whatever has happened with a sibling that has something that has been very somebody who has been very challenging. The tower that's come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Moth. Hello there. There's a little moth that came in here. I don't know where it came from, but it got in here somehow. Anyway, we have a little visitor here. The tower that came in. It's some sort of a test, but I'm feeling that an uncertain outlook or uncertain outcome is going to become favorable. You know, you've worked really hard to get here. And it's like there are forces that are working against you, but not to diminish you and defeat you, but to strengthen you. You know, no one can defeat you unless you allow it. But I mean, let's be true, let's be real. Sometimes people get exhausted from the fight. That is a reality too. But we also have to choose our battles too. Yeah, and choose them carefully so we don't get depleted and exhausted or enter into a battle too soon before we've rested from the last one, you know. Some battles are not worth your time. Some people are not worth helping. Some people, I don't want to say not worth helping, but some people are not ready to be helped. They're not at an optimal place to receive your help. Your help will just fall onto the earth as like dead energy. You know, roll off them like water onto the earth, being spilt and wasted. Okay, and that's what I mean. Some people are not ready to be helped. Some people don't want to be helped. And whatever's happened here has been one hell of a test for your will, your strength. Somebody is trying to dominate you, dominate a situation. I feel like you answering from your heart, or you communicating something, or just living from your heart is its own power, where you can't even be touched. So the person that doesn't trust your authenticity and sees it as untrustworthy, very eloquent, but also untrustworthy, is somebody, as I just said, it was very wasteful. Who will waste ideas, who will sit on ideas, who will exhaust them. Oh, I just heard they quench the spirit. They quench the spirit. It's like they smother their own creativity. They haven't grown up. They're unrealistic in whatever way that this is. But that's why they cannot accept or hear or honor your authenticity, because they themselves have not yet aligned with their own. Your sense of freedom that has come in with the tower, you have victory in this tower. You have victory in it. You show a sense of fearlessness. You show a sense of strength. as you are ascending into new lands, into higher dimensions within yourself, into new territories in your life, new territories of experience and situations that you've never been to before. It's young energy of a new cycle. And it brings you the awareness coming into these heights, as high as you get, you must be aware of the depths. So as you are going into the higher dimensions of yourself, the Creator is also showing you the lower dimensions of yourself. As you were going into the higher dimensions of experience, the Creator was showing you the lower dimensions of experience also. Okay, you have to have the balance of both. Otherwise, you will not be balanced. You cannot, your walk will not be straight. You'll walk more toward the left or more toward the right. You will not be walking on the middle way, the balance of the two, the balance of the masculine and the feminine sexual creative energies within every human being. So your awareness of the cruelty, your awareness of people around you and how destructive and malicious and cruel people can be. What I'm showing me is Ben-Hur. What I'm being shown is Ben-Hur. When Ben-Hur's family takes in the zealot, the religious zealot, who ends up getting Ben-Hur's family into a lot of trouble when they were innocent. Because of his own ignorance, because of his own willfulness, willful blindness, entitlement to a certain perspective or to a certain way, out of balance, out of alignment with truth, but definitely in alignment with illusion and delusion. But as you look at this, you're aware you have the advantage. You have the advantage because of your sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Whoever you're dealing with does not have self-esteem. They do not have a sense of self-worth. Their self-worth was obliterated before they even had a chance. And you're going to get through the despair. You're going to get through the hopelessness, the helplessness, the sense of cruelty, the response in yourself to cruelty that has been done to you from whoever you tried to help, whoever you loved, whoever not necessarily tried to help, but just tried to love, just tried to be there for. And it's like you got kicked in the teeth. And that is the reality of human beings. Not all, but definitely some. And you aligning with there's somebody who you will align with, whether this is you, but I feel like in order for you to overcome this, you have to align with your own sense of self-love and self-worth, self-appreciation, developing a relationship with yourself and with the people that you really love. And it's the people around you in your life, one-on-one relationships, it could be friends, it could be family, but the people who are really good for you. and you will have a sense of victory. The light that you hold in the darkness is what gives you a sense of victory. See, someone's trying to dim your light because they have not yet developed their own, and they're not supposed to yet. See, some people reach for sovereignty before they have the strength and muscle developed in their legs to carry it. They reach for the power of sovereignty, not knowing what it will cost them. And you can't lie your way into sovereignty. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Maybe you can, and you come into sovereignty after you've blasted apart everybody around you, destroyed lives. Maybe you reach a breaking point, you know. But that requires telling the truth and coming clean and making amends. Then you come into sovereignty, but you can't lie your way there. You can't lie your way into authenticity. Unless that lying brings you to hitting bottom, which releases you into authenticity. Because where else is there to go? You know, once the jig is up, right? And there's really nowhere to go but within. And your sense of victory over this, whatever this is, you have a sense of victory. Your victory is, you are very mysterious. You are connected to a sacred realm, a hidden realm in which you have authority, in which the spirits listen to you. The spirits listen to you. And again, you have the Eight of Wands again in reverse, a sense of eloquence. This connects you back to your eloquence and you realizing the truth, integrating higher dimensional understanding with in your process to overcome betrayal and despair. It's true, you know, it's like you reaching up into your most universal self in order to overcome something that is so heavy. You have no choice but to reach up into a larger force in order to get you through this. Otherwise, whatever this is, it is so big and monstrous that it feels like it will crush you. When it's actually designed to do exactly that, force you upward. Force you upward. Okay, and that's what's happening here. And even whoever you were dealing with, and they want to banish you, and they want to whatever, so let them. Let them. You have a sense of detachment here where you're like, I don't really care. You know, if you want to destroy yourself in self-destruction and self-loathing, that's really your business. You know, you have to trust people. You come to a place in your life and in your path when you begin to trust people's work. You're not here to save the world from themselves. You're here to do your own work. And if you accidentally help people along the way, then great. But you're not here to put people on their paths. If they want to come on the path, it's already in them. You may be inspired to share about your path with others, but you're not here to save the world. You're here to save yourself, which is the hardest place to go because we are so group mind oriented. And that's it. You have a great sense of victory in this, a great sense of victory. And whatever father that will try or has tried to dominate you, you defeated this father through your own self-love, through stepping onto the path of your heart. And that's really it, man. That really is what victory is all about. Is you ultimately loving you. No matter what the outcome is. Let not anyone take that from you. No matter what. No matter what. And people will try. There are a lot of very fucked up, damaged people in the world. You know, I myself was very naive, and I had to learn some very destructive lessons, some very hard lessons that I am still reeling from, and still learning from, and still digesting, and still gaining wisdom and insight from these experiences. You know. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. You guys are just moving forward. You are committed to you. And whoever this was that tried to, I don't think they tried to defeat you. It's just, it's like there was some sort of implosion and the shock wave affected you, but you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. All right, you guys, you take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.